The outlaw says you have a beautiful pussy. He admires the tantric control of your pussy muscles. He talks dirty to you while you fuck him. He talks in a low chant and mentions unspeakable things. He can make you come more often and harder than anyone ever has before. You feel amazingly in touch with your sex. You feel heavy and ripe. You are at the mercy of cocaine and estrus. He opens mystery for you, mysteries you have barely dreamed of. He sticks his dick up your ass. He ties you to bed with your own nylons. He brings homemade porno videos out of his mysterious purple bag. He whispers in your ear about pretty girls and pretty boys. He likes to watch you masturbate. You are frightened. You can no longer think of anything else or feel anything else but the power of orgasm. You begin to wonder if the man practices voodoo. And then the slapping starts, and the squeezing. Sometimes he squeezes your nipples so hard that a clear fluid leaks from them. Later, your breasts rub painfully against your shirt. You begin to think of escape. You harbor thoughts of betrayal and anxiety and anger. This is no longer a date-like situation. You decide you must ask the outlaw to leave, to take his drugs, his Nick Lowe tapes, his little boxes of snuff, and above all, his laundry. But for some reason, you hold back. You are in love with him, and love has become your enemy. Mm-hmm. Love comes down like a shutter over your soul. And when you finally get up your nerve to kick him out, it is as if he has anticipated everything. You come home to a house with fans blowing, dishes washed, pillows plumped. The outlaw is showered and shaved, and he has a couple of lines to shout just for you. He invites you out for a drink. Of course, the laundry pile is still there. But this is a moot point, a joke between you. There is an outlaw living on your couch. He has been here for several weeks. He stays up late after you have gone to bed and snorts cocaine. He drapes himself across your futon like Jabba the Hutt. He prefers to call it reclining. It is a graceful, careless gesture, one representing the height of debauchery and freedom. He calls himself an elegant bum. He calls this doing what the Romans did, their lolling and their orgies. Actually, it was the Etruscans who did it first. Or was it the Egyptians? You say, where do you think George Lucas got his idea? You beg him to crawl into bed with you, but he says he is an old duck and you should let him be. A child died in there, he says, pointing to your bedroom. There's bad energy in that room. Your heart breaks when he talks this way. You want the man you glimpsed when he first came here. The man who spoke to you of his loves and his life in the world before he became an outlaw. But that man seems to have disappeared. He no longer visits you in your bed. He is anchored to your futon. When you drink, you become belligerent. You demand to know what the outlaw is doing here. Why has he come here? Why is he in your life? He looks at you in a hard way. His eyes have lost their luster. They are opaque, a mask. Your expectations are too high. I don't know what I'm doing from 1 minute to the next, he says. All I know is we just had a great fuck. He lights a cigarette. You have bad faith, he says. You shouldn't be so hard on yourself. One evening you return, and the outlaw is gone. There is hair in the shower drain and fresh spoor in the ashtray. The yellow pages are open to tea for taxicabs. He has showered, shaved, and gone. However, he has left his laundry, which by now is a pile as high as the ceiling. Your home reeks of the outlaw in his feet. This makes you angry. You feel an anger and desperation unparalleled. You feel ferocious and vengeful. You grab all the laundry and stuff it into a large garbage bag. You shove the bag of laundry into the back of your car. You grab a bottle of Bushmills and you hit the road in search of him. Where can he be? You scour the bars where he used to hang, the places he knew when you first met. You talk to the men by the pool tables. No one has seen him tonight. Are they lying? Could they be protecting him? You sit in your car and smoke a cigarette. You sip the whiskey. You have been abandoned. You have been amputated, and it is a horrifying feeling. There is nothing left for you to do but drive back home. Perhaps the outlaw has left a message on your answering machine. The next thing you know, there is a loud, juicy smack, and your head bounces off the steering wheel. Somewhere nearby, glass is grinding and metal is crunching. There are lights everywhere, red and white lights. Someone is knocking at your window. You roll the window down. Someone is asking you to please get out of the car, ma'am. You can't get out because your seatbelt has you buckled in. Someone says, that seatbelt saved your ass, lady. You're lucky you're not dead. You wonder who all these men are and why they have you handcuffed in the back of a police car. They see your car several feet away. The hood is up. What is wrong with your car? Where are your keys? Where is your purse? A glove. You are missing a glove. You try to get someone's attention by screaming, but you are locked inside the police car and no one can hear you. Your wrists are chafed and raw from the handcuffs. There is no other way to get attention than by pounding your head against the window. You pound and you pound until somebody comes over. There is blood trickling down your face. You watch as a tow truck takes away your car, and with it, the bag of laundry. With relief, you think you are rid of it at last. With regret, you think of the half bottle of Bushmills rolling around on the floor of your broken vehicle. You ride quietly to the police station. You are learning that screams don't help. Even at this stage of your ruin, you are learning. In the treatment center, they tell you that you are an alcoholic and an addict. You could become addicted to anything. Sex, relationships, drugs, a doorknob, a box of Kleenex. They tell you that you have an addict and a sober side, but that the addict is strong, very strong. The addict is trying to kill you, they say. Your addict has lived for a long time. Your addict was probably invented to survive some early childhood trauma. They tell you that your addict wants you to die. They tell you that you must join Alcoholics Anonymous. They tell you that you must write your first step. That you must confess your sins. You must admit that your life has become unmanageable due to drugs and alcohol. You must call upon your higher power. You are a sick person trying to get well. You have a disease like diabetes. You can't get well by yourself, and you can't get well while you're using. You must ask the forgiveness of God. You must ask His support in helping you kick your habit. Let go and let God, they say. Let go. Where is the loving self-acceptance in that? Weeks go by. You are haunted by the outlaw. You try smudging with incense, but his presence is still a strong, corrosive spirit in your house. He has passed you a nugget of pain, a hard, unprocessed core of bitterness imprinted on your soul. In desperation, you go to a body worker. She has you lie down so that your head and legs are level. You close your eyes. She asks you questions of your unconscious through your body. She takes you to a beta state and asks you questions about past lives. You listen quietly and respond slowly, going deep to retrieve information. Here is the answer. You and the outlaw were members of a devil-worshipping cult. There were 9 of you. You lived with this cult from the age of 10 to the age of 96. You were involved in torturing animals and small children. There was bestiality, sex, fire. How can this be, you wonder? Even if you don't believe it, the analogy is a good one, says the body worker. You must release this pain. The body worker burns some sacred sage and chants with you, making chakra sounds, so that deep in your being the sound reverberates, a tonal wave of healing, of blessing, of cleansing. You weep at last. The pain passes through you like a white light, but it does pass, it does lessen. There is no longer a need to carry this past life with you, says the body worker. Let it go. It was not your fault. You are still weeping. The body worker places a cool palm on your forehead and kisses your hair. When you are ready, she says, get up slowly and I will read to you from the medicine cards. Here is what she reads to you. The transmutation of the life, death, rebirth cycle is exemplified with the shedding of snake's skin. It is the energy of wholeness, cosmic consciousness, and the ability to experience anything willingly and without resistance. It is the knowledge that all things are equal in creation and that those things which might be experienced as poison can be eaten, ingested, integrated, and transmuted if one has the power and the proper state of mind. Complete understanding and acceptance of the male and female within each organism creates a melding of two into one, thereby producing divine energy. This is heavy magic, but remember, magic is no more than a change in consciousness. Become the magician or the enchantress. Transmute the energy and accept the power of the fire. Well, I'll be damned, you say. The outlaw was right. By accepting, you let go. Funny how the treatment people said the same thing. You wonder where the outlaw is, but you do not search for him. This is a new thing. You used to scour the earth for your lost boys. This is growth. The outlaw knew what he was doing. He did not amputate you. He amputated himself. The outlaw has taught you something. He gave you poison, but he has brought you closer to your own core of power. Only you can see what's there inside at that core. He is your lizard king. He smoked you, but he helped you see the shadow. You are no longer a girl. You are no longer dreaming. You decide you do not want to die. Take the poison. Become snake. Take the passion. Take the pain. Transmute.